Okay, man, on this video, we're going to break down what is going to happen to BHB in jail. My prediction of what will happen with her jail life. We all know she's going. When is the question? But this is my prediction on BHB's jail life. Let's get into it. All right, man. So I'm going to break down what's going to happen to BHB inside the jail. Now, this is coming from you, from somebody who, A, knows BHB, okay, B, I've been inside the jail, but not only that, I've been inside jail with a YouTube channel. So there's a lot of aspects here, okay? Remember these things throughout the video. So look, this is kind of hard to break down because being that I know her, I know that she acts one way on the internet, but it's kind of like that in real life, but some aspects, right? For example, she's not so tough on the internet, right, than she is in real life. But she is as opinionated as she is on the internet than as she is in real life. So, you know, I do think she's going to get her ass kicked inside the jail. And we all know she's going to the jail. We don't know when, right? We know Bully BHB. We know her games. She's going to play the continuance game to the end of the world. But at the end of the day, she's going to have to face the music. And she will get her ass kicked. Now, I've thought long and hard about this. And I don't know exactly when this will come. Because she's not going to be like talking tough to any of the inmates. Absolutely not. So I honestly think that how she'll get her ass whooping is going to come like one of three ways. I do think that after hearing her own words of her like night or two that she did in jail already, that she hates the police. I think that BHB is such a moron that she's not going to understand the how jail works. She'll be quiet and mind her business with the other female inmates, but I do believe she's going to snap on the police. Listen, you can only hide the Karen for so much on the police, the correction officers, and the other inmates. I believe she's gonna try to act tough on the cops, right? She thinks she's a lawyer, right? And inside of jail, they have these grievance forms that you can write on the COs. I could see her like with a stack of those on night one, writing up, and that's the worst thing that you can do in jail because the COs hate that and they're going to retaliate against you, right? But I could see her saying something stupid to the COs, and look, they have a job to do. They're not supposed to be friendly, but if you act up at a CO, they punish the whole dorm, right? So I can see BHB going full Karen, right? Demanding something, feeling entitled to something, and the cop, the CO being like, "Lady, get in your cell," and then clicking off the TV, so the whole dorm is punished. Now I think an ass comes behind that. Stuff like that, right? I could do a million examples here. I could see her going to the medical unit and then trying to write grievances on the nurses and this and that. And you have absolutely zero rights as an inmate. You have rights, but you're at the bottom of the pole there in the jail. I mean, let's be real. But BHB, when how she is, she's going to think she has more than the warden, and she might even start taking shots at him, right? So there's no telling when the ass whooping will come. That's just my, so staff and correction officers is my first guess. Two would be inmates, but not because she's being tough towards another inmate. She'd do something stupid, right? She can't keep her mouth closed, and in jail you have to be quiet at count time, right? I could see her going up and changing the channel and not understanding how the jail rules are, and someone just tees off on her right then, it folds her ass right then and there. If we only could FOIA that request, that footage. There's many reasons she can get her ass whooped. I don't think she's going to be tough towards any inmates in there, but she still will find a way to have a BHB moment to get her ass whooped. That I can almost guarantee and stamp. Now, that is just my assumption and that's my guess, right? But I fully stand behind it, right? Here's where the weird part comes in this. As somebody who has went to jail with a YouTube channel, that is a really, really tough situation to be in. Let me explain. I was in there, okay, for driving on a suspended license. Calling home, and the rumors were left and right about what I did. I mean, you could just Google it, right? But people can really fuck with you in there. For example, somebody ended up calling the jail and saying some wild stuff that was untrue, and I was sent to confinement, until their investigation, right? Um, Things like that. People could really, how do I say this? People could really fuck with your life, when you're in there, if you're known on social media. It's true. It happened to me. Now, quick response to that exact situation. The funny thing is, it was somebody off YouTube, another creator, and the tables turned, and I was out, and then they went to jail. So what do you think I did to them? Oh, karma is a bitch. Karma is a bitch. But she is somebody who a lot of people dislike. I had to worry about one person. This lady, oh my God. And you already have no privacy inside of jail. Like, you literally have to go with the mind frame of taking a poop in your bathroom with the door closed to literally wide open. She likes to say wide open cooters a lot. Whoa, man, you don't have there's no doors, there's no nothing, right? She's got to put a blanket over and drop deuces. Man, it's crazy as hell. There's no privacy, right? That's just regular jail for any regular inmate, right? Man, if she's got to do 90 days plus in there, the FOIA request, the Wade Wilson calls, holy shit. People, holy shit. Holy, and then people could really screw your time up if you're a social media person in jail. And what do I mean by that? Well, not only the phone calls they'll get, but everything is on the internet nowadays. Back in the day, you used to have to do like a visitation form. So you would pencil in with a pen, pencil, whatever, your people's name, their addresses, blase, blase, phone number, blase, blase, and then you turn it in to get submitted, right? And nowadays, man, they let the people go online to visit the inmates. So, hypothetically, and for educational purposes, if I wanted to, now I would never do this, but as an example, if I and if this really pertains, like if somebody's been in the system before, then they could double mess with somebody who's in there, right? And let me explain. So as I'm explaining the visitation process, like, you only have a couple certain slots throughout the day on your visitation day to receive a visit. So maybe Betty's waiting for, I don't know, Dick Tuck Tony, right? Or somebody from behind Chili's. If I'm privy to the information that I could just go in there and clog up visitation visitors, I could literally take a troll account that I may or may not have. And, I could put, any name there, right? And clog up the times. So hypothetically, if Dick Tony was trying to visit her and he went to go log in to get his times, they're already sealed up. He's out of gas. And what happens? She's waiting for nothing. Because she'll get a notification that says, like, these nuts are coming to visit you at 7 p.m. Right? She's like, well, who's these nuts? She's waiting around for these nuts, and these nuts never come. And you clog the times. Oh, this is really bad. It's really bad. But there's so many more categories and so many more examples of I could keep saying and saying and saying. But I don't want to put it all out there for the information, because we have to have some fun, hypothetically, when the situation comes, educational purposes. But I think that my guess here is that Betty is definitely going to get an ass whooping. And look, for what it's worth, everybody in life needs a good ass whooping. It humbles you. It humbles you. I just hope the person puts it on really good, allegedly. hypothetically and for educational purposes. But also, it is really, really bad for you to be a social media person when you go to jail. That's a true story that I told somebody who got me to confinement. Okay. I didn't break any rules. It was just that I was incarcerated. Somebody knew and they could mess with me. Now, in this instance, this person happened to be creator Betty Keys. Like I said, the tables turned. And look, karma is a mofo. But back to Betty. The point of that is people could mess with you. People could mess with you, man. And I'm telling you this for many reasons. But lastly, there is a difference between men and women's jails. My ladies who have been incarcerated, I've talked to some of you in the comments in the past, so feel free to enlighten wandering eyes of what you think will happen. But there's a difference between men and women's institutions. I'm familiar with them both. No, I haven't been in a women's thing, but I do know, I know people personally who've been in women's jails, right? Here is the common factors. In jail, listen, it's the land of the bullies, for one. It's not for the weak, right? It is a place of bullies and testosterone, right? You can't be weak. You know, beyond that, it is a place of jokes. You got to be a jokester. I told you at the beginning of this, Betty is a very vanilla person in real life, right? Opinionated, yes, right? Do stupid things, be loud, yes, but not too comical or anything. For me, when I was incarcerated, any time in the past in my heydays, being that I had a sense of humor actually helped because it helps pass the time. People gravitate towards people who have a sense of humor, right? And she's very dry. But with and everybody in jail, they have to do time, right? So they want to joke, they want to clown, right? Sadly, I mean, this is weird for me to admit. I've said it in the past. I've had some of the best laughs of my life inside there, right? Because you have nothing but time to do, and you clown on what? You can't clown on the walls you're staring at. You clown at the people around you, and that is where nicknames come in. Everybody has a nickname. You don't go. No one was calling me Matt inside there. It was White Boy. It was UFC. I've had a million different nicknames, right? And if you don't have a nickname going in there, you're going to get assigned one. And it doesn't matter if you like it or you don't like it. That's what the inmates are going to call you. Now, I could guarantee you, right, that Betty's going to get an ass whipping. I don't know how it's going to come, where it's going to come. I just know her Karen is going to come out and she's going to wear it. I can guarantee you that people are going to mess with her because she's a social media person, and the trolls that she hates. What's troll mean? It means control. They're going to control her life inside her stay, make it a living hell. That I can guarantee. But lastly, and I may add she deserves it for what she's done to the families. But lastly, back to the nicknames. Now, this is just my prediction. The first two things I can promise. This, I don't know. So I don't know when she's going to get ass kicked or when the nickname will come. But I've thought hard about this. So in jail, you get laundry exchange twice a week. So you guys seen people with booking photos. I think I've just put BHBs on the screen. It's a pajama party. They give you a pajama, top and bottom. You're always wearing pajamas. You're sleeping all day. You don't have work. Okay, well, you have a job, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. So they have a laundry exchange. So I'll give you the men's side of thing here, and this pertained to her for her nickname that I thought about she may have. In the men's side, you have to take the guards come in, laundry exchange, get up, TV off, everybody stand outside their cell. This is serious time. You have to do it. You can't deny it. That would be one thing. If you did deny, right, the inmates would be like, hey, man, you stank. You stank. You're going to wear it. You probably get your ass kicked. So everybody is changing them laundries. Nobody wants to smell you. Okay? Nobody wants to smell you. Anyway, my point to this is shirt off, pajama pants off. Every man is sitting there swinging cocks in the boxers, right? Some dudes don't have boxers, so there's people free balling, sausages swinging in the air, and you yell. Guard, make his way around in a big circle. Let me get a 2X top and 2X bottom. You put it on fast, and you're done, right? Faster you do it, the faster it's over with. So this is where I think and predict BHB's nickname may or may not come in. And here's where I think what's going to happen. I could just, now picture her in this predicament. And I just think after everything I just said, if you apply it to her, I think I have a strong feeling that her nickname may or may not be pancakes. Now, I can't guarantee that. I can't promise that. But the rest of the video, I've tried to give my total insight on this. And I know people want me to say different things, but I'm keeping it real because this is something that's happened to me being on social media. Some of you guys, my subs, some of you guys know this already, but I'm keeping it real. And I'm also feeding a lot of people, some information for some event. And I hope you utilize it because this lady has been a havoc on families that we have watched time and time again. Time and time again. And if you want receipts or you do not believe the story that I applied to myself when I was in there, just go to my catalog of videos on my wife's channel and it's there in real time. So yeah, that can happen. I just hope that you take in the information and I hope you have your troll counts ready because we have someone who's going to jail and her name is Betty. Did I just rhyme?